Well, folks, it's a sad day here because I already have my motorcycle away because it's cold and I can't ride anymore, and it's getting colder very quickly. Can't ride the motorcycle. It's not going to be much longer before I have to put the Corvette away. So today what I'm doing is another cooking video. Nothing special, nothing important, just something we're going to put in the crock pot and let cook for a little bit, and then I'm going to make some sides. But I'll show you what I'm doing because why not? Cooking is good. Food is good. So what I'm doing, I got some chicken breast. Just got some small ones. Got my little Mickey Mouse crock pot. No, they do not endorse me. But hey, you got what you get, right? Just put the chicken breast in the crock pot because, you know, that's what you're supposed to do. And then I'm going to throw in some seasoning. And what I'm going to use is a savory dry rub barbecue sauce. The reason being, because I'm doing some barbecue chicken. And may put it on some buns. I don't like it with buns, but Ranlin does. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this in because it adds a little bit of seasoning for it as it cooks. And that just helps enhance the flavor of the other barbecue sauce I'm going to put in, which isn't much. It is a liquid. But I don't want to put a lot in right now because chicken's very moist when you cook it in a crock pot. And it pulls all the flavor out. Ranlin found a hot pineapple, ginger, and rum Kraft barbecue sauce. So we want to try this. So we're going to add a little bit of this. Ooh, this is a thick sauce. We're going to add just a little bit of this. Don't want to add a lot because, like I said, chicken's very moist and it'll turn into liquid anyway. And then we're going to put it on high for just a couple of hours, and I'll let you know what's going on as we go. And then I'll start the sides and let you guys see those. Let's take a quick peek. Ooh, it's sizzling. I hear it. It's coming along nicely. Oh, if you guys could only smell this. Oh. Let's see what we got. It's only been about a half hour since the last time I looked, so it's still cooking. Oh, if you guys could smell it. The smell is what makes it. Oh, it's so delicious. All right, my chicken's been cooking about 35-40 minutes now. Not long. I've already shown you a few glimpses of it. But I like to add my garlic, fresh garlic, later on when I start cooking. Reason being is because I like to use a lot of garlic, and if I have too much when I first start, it always gets burnt on the bottom. You guys can do it however you want, but I like to add it later, and then it just, I don't know, brings out the flavor more to me. But like I said, you can do it however you want to do it. I'm just showing you my way just because, yeah, why not? Got nothing else to do. So I just finally chop it, as you can tell, and it'll get nice and soft and squishy as it cooks. And then, yeah, still waiting on the sides because they don't take anywhere near as long to cook. But this will be another hour or so, maybe hour and a half. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. I'll show you in a minute what it looks like. Well, it's still cooking. It's coming along nicely. I'm going to stir it up a little bit and add a little bit more of the liquid barbecue sauce. That way it flavors the chicken up a little bit more. And then, yeah, I'll show you what it looks like in here in a second as soon as I do that. Alright, so I move the chicken around so it cooks evenly. Some people do, some people don't. It doesn't matter if you do it or not. I like to because that way it just turns it over and it seems like it cooks faster for me. Add a little bit more barbecue sauce. And yeah, just waiting for it to finish up. And then I'm going to start my sides here soon. That way you guys can see what those look like. Let's check in on the chicken. Oh, dang. They look pretty darn good. Not darn. Oh, dang. Oh, dang. Ooh, it's coming along nicely. Still got maybe a half hour to an hour. Ooh, this is going to be real good right there. Mm-hmm. Oh, dang. See, the reason I didn't put a lot of barbecue sauce in is you can see all the water. Because chicken is a very moist meat. So a lot of water comes out. So I don't want to put a lot of barbecue sauce in there. Because then it just turns into liquid grossness. And I don't want liquid grossness. So yeah. I'm going to let that cook up a little bit more. And I'm going to get started on my sides here soon, and we'll show you that. One of my sides I'm going to be simple and easy. Take some fresh garlic, fresh onion, I already have it cut up because you don't want to see me prep. Nobody does. You guys know how to cut onion, you know how to cut garlic. So you don't need me to show you how to do it. You're probably smarter than me and you put it in a different way so it doesn't go all over the place like mine just did. But right now, that's okay. Get the garlic off the plate right quick. Ugh. There we go. Woo! I'm gonna get dizzy from all the movement. All right, all the garlic's off the plate. Something easy. I'm doing black beans. 1 can of black beans. I used about 1/3 of a yellow onion, medium-sized onion. Don't want too much onion in there because when you get too much, it's kind of gross. And then I get my seasoning, which I forgot to grab because I'm a doofus. Give me 1 second. Even though I have fresh garlic and onion in there, a little bit of garlic powder, not a lot. A little bit of onion powder, not a lot. So you can add a little bit of flavor, and I like mine a little bit spicy, so I'm gonna add a little bit of cayenne pepper. Not a lot, because I do like to breathe. And I'm gonna let that simmer for a while and get the other stuff started, because the other one's the really good side. All right, my chicken's at the point that it's ready to shred, basically. It's easier to do with 2 hands, but it's so tender right now. I can just take this big fork I'm using and shred it up. So let me get it shredded up and then I'll show you what she looked like, because it smells so good. Got my chicken nice and shredded. What I'm going to do is add a little bit more of the barbecue seasoning and a little bit more of the liquid barbecue sauce. That way, since it's shredded now, it'll stir in nicely, and then that way everything gets flavored throughout, and that way you don't just have the outside flavor and the inside tasting like dry chicken, because I hate dry chicken. So this adds just a little bit of flavor. It's not going to be too much because you don't want to overwhelm it, because when you bring it up on your plate and put it on your bun, if you want to have a bun, I don't like buns, Randolin does, you can add more barbecue sauce later. That way you can have the barbecue sauce, more barbecue sauce, and it's not that liquidy from the chicken. So that's that. My other sides are coming along. I'm waiting for my taters to boil, because I know you guys don't want to see me peel, cut, and boil potatoes. So while that's doing that, I'm going to finish stirring this, and I'll see you in just a little bit. So I got the chicken nice and shredded, as I showed you a second ago. I went ahead and turned it to low because I don't want it to dry out and I don't want it to overcook. So the chicken is looking good. I've used, I think 3 breasts. One of them was really small. You guys use whatever you need for your family. It's a very small crock pot, as you can tell. So yeah, it's just 2 of us eating, and I want leftovers. So oh, if you could smell this, you have no idea. Well, my beans are coming along nicely. Had them cooking on low for the entirety of me boiling the potatoes. They're still boiling. Ooh, steam everywhere, all over the camera lens. Sorry about that. So my onions are starting to get clear, so they're definitely almost ready. And then, oh, those are going to taste so good. And by the way, don't ever use a metal pan on a non-stick, or a metal spoon on a non-stick pan. I'm just moving it around. I'm not actually stirring with it, because it'll take all of your finish off. So all I did was just use that real quick, because that's what I had available, because I left my other spoon elsewhere. So I just wanted to mush it around a little bit and show you what it looks like. And hopefully my potatoes are almost done, and I can show you what I'm going to do with those. Alright, so my second side is going to be mashed taters. I got the taters peeled, sliced and diced and boiled and in a bowl. Those I turned off because the black beans look so good. They're going to be delicious. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you what I do to my taters. I take a little bit of the bitter orange adobo that I got at the Hispanic store. I love it. You don't want to put a lot of seasoning in there because you don't want to overwhelm it. Add a little bit of that. A little bit of garlic powder. And whoop, I'm out. What the heck? Oh, got my backup right here. A little bit of garlic powder. Throw some onion powder in there. I like my seasonings. Don't want to overwhelm it though, guys. Make sure you don't put too much. A little bit of black pepper. And then I'm going to throw in a couple of things that a lot of people don't agree with, because they're like, that's nasty. Put my mayonnaise in there, because I love mayonnaise. Some people use sour cream. Some people use, what is that, Miracle Whip. I just use regular old mayonnaise because I like the flavor of the mayonnaise. Probably got a little too much. We'll find out. I'm using margarine today because my butter was frozen and I didn't want to use frozen butter because it's too hard to mash up. So I'm going to throw some margarine in there today. That's enough of that because you don't want to overwhelm it. And then let me grab this, stretch out, come over here. Try not to put that on the hot burner. And I'm going to add a little bit of milk. Woo! And that should be enough for now. I don't want to use too much. I had to buy a whole gallon of milk just to use that little bit because a little itty bitty thing, just a tiny little thing, was more expensive than a whole gallon of milk, which I think is ridiculous. And then you're going to mash those up real good, and I'll show you what they look like in just a second. So I ended up adding a little bit of salt to my potatoes and a little bit more pepper just to add a little bit more flavor. But look how creamy those are. They came out perfectly. I hate chunky potatoes. It's just embarrassing to me when people serve potatoes with lumps. That's just me. I like good old-fashioned, pure, creamy mashed taters. Now, the last ingredient I'm going to add some shredded mozzarella cheese because I like cheesy stuff. I don't like a lot of cheese because Randallyn's lactose intolerant and she doesn't eat a lot of cheese for obvious reasons. So we're going to add a little bit of cheese. That should be enough, I hope. And then I'm going to stir it up, get it all plated up, and I'll let you guys see what I made. So this is what dinner looks like. It's nothing fancy, but it's something easy to cook, and it was way less than 20 bucks. I want to do stuff that families can afford versus, you know, fancy schmancy. You don't have to have a lot. I got more barbecue sauce on my chicken. It tasted phenomenal without the barbecue sauce. But what matters is this one. This one has to approve of what I'm doing. So tell me what you think, my love. Potatoes?
Potatoes good.
Potatoes good. That's a bonus. She's having hers without barbecue sauce, so I have not tried the black beans, so I don't know how they came out.
Tastes like beans.
Are they good?
I'm not a bean fan.
You're not a bean fan, but are they good?
They're good.
They're good? Well, that's approval. She's not a bean fan and she still likes them. So now the ultimate part, the chicken. What do you think of the chicken?
You know what? It's pretty good.
Pretty good? That's all that matters. So, yeah, you have to excuse my box there. I just kind of gathered everything right there, guys. I just threw it out of the way because that's my Keurig because we don't have any counter space. So, yeah, now she's going to try it with some barbecue sauce later, but I'm not going to show you that. It's Randallyn approved, right?
Yep. All
right. Like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. And make sure you hit that notification bell so it goes blinga, 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 and you get to know whenever I upload a new video. Thanks for watching.